guys, welcome to my channel. Yes, it's your girl Tishay, and I'm happy once again to be here, as you already know what I'll say. But yeah, this is another one of them videos where we talk about Baddies South. Yeah, we're going to elaborate on your favorite I wouldn't say your favorite, but like topic worthy scenes in the episode the end of the road, which of course is the very last episode of Baddies South. If this is something you're interested in, hello, smash that subscribe button if you're new to my channel. Okay, don't let me remind you. All right, but yeah, let's meet in the next video. So yeah, can we talk about Jayla getting undressed for pool time? I'm like, girl. So apparently Jayla was, she came down. Obviously the girls were outside, talking, having a good time, recapping all the events and, really emphasizing on how they were ready for the night, which was going to be their last night on Baddies, right? And Jayla kind of mentioned that she had come down earlier butt naked to like enjoy the pool or to enjoy her pool time. And that was when the girls decided to like dare her to like do it again. And I really did not see that coming.
Wow.
But yeah, Jayla hopped straight into the pool butt naked, and I must say Jayla has an amazing body. I don't know if all of that is natural, but girl, that body is tight. Yeah. Okay, can we also talk about the fact that Anne's excuse for not attending Area 29, which was of course the location that Persuasion had invited all the girls to, was that she had like a mild headache. Nally kind of confirmed that for Anne to have said that truly she did have a hurting head, because Anne is like she's a stripper, kind of like she loves strip clubs. So I'm here trying to like like probably believe that, but like somewhere deep down I'm still feeling a whole lot of doubt. I'm still feeling a whole lot of doubt. And also now that she has even mentioned that that particular day she had like a hurting head, I'd like to ask if that was the same reason why she was probably mute all throughout the conversation that was had on Sydney Star, popping up to like all of their events and wrecking their appearances. So yeah, I'm like, okay, if you say you have a hurting head, was that the reason why you were mute all day that day or throughout that conversation? Let me not say that day, because like as we already know, Anne is someone to like always voice an opinion. So like I was a little bit shocked. But yeah, probably she didn't really have a hurting head, and probably she didn't. Probably she just didn't want to step out because she wasn't in the mood to go vibe with Persuasion. But like whatever the case, oh well. Can we also talk about Rolly during her narrative stating how happy she was to be on the show? When she said that, I was like, hold up, pause. The last time I checked, you said you were done with the show and that you were ready to like get the F out. So I'm like, so you see, like you feel like it's always good to like not allow anger to get the best part of you, because I feel like irregardless of the disputes that had happened amongst all the girls, let's be honest, these girls all have achieved one or more from Zeus. In fact, for one, let's even start with like Zeus introducing them to the world, or introducing the world to them. That already is like some kind of advertisement that you can use if you're smart enough to sell whatever brand you wish to sell, right? So like well, when Rolly said that, I was like, okay, but I'm not surprised. Like I said, I knew that all of what she and Slim did back then 2 episodes back when they were threatening to leave. In fact, I was like, in my mind, I was like, you talk so much. Like, hello, you're supposed to have been in your flight already back home. But like, I already knew that all of that was just for show. But yeah, I'm happy that they stayed back and finished what they started. Can we also talk about Jayla's prank on the girls when she asked them to come outside to see the pink bus? Basically she kind of like created a false alarm saying that the bus, or their Baddies bus, was getting stolen. And all the girls came out to like check it out. Now, like, I already knew that something was not sitting right with all of that. First of all, there wasn't so much tension in her voice when she called out to the girls. Secondly, when the girls were like coming out of the house to check it out, I saw like people in the background with their phones up and videoing, and I was like, okay, how does that make sense that a bus is about to be stolen and people are just videoing and standing there and very calm? For these people, for this set of persons that were outside videoing, like, they were too relaxed and calm. I was like, nah, I don't, let me I was like, okay, let me check it out, let me see what's happening. But deep down I already knew that that was false, kind of. But yeah, she took the girls out, and obviously the prank was to kind of like reveal Christian's return. Apparently, if you've been following my videos, you know that Christian was taken away by the US Marshals. So apparently the girls didn't know that Christian was going to return. Only Jayla knew about it, and so that was like a mini prank on them. So, and that was also like Jayla's way of like surprising the girls on Christian's return. Now let's talk about the fact that what Christian said in her narrative was a little bit too cold. Basically, she was like that she wasn't so excited to see like them fake ass bitches. I was like, girl, that the only person she was excited meeting were just Cuddy and Jayla. And I was like, damn, that's so harsh. But well, at least she was being honest. I know like most of the girls, at least those who faked it, at least it did seem like most of them, apart from one person, where they, like, most of them were happy to like have Sean back. The one person, of course, you already know that was not excited about Sean's comeback or appearance was obviously Slim. And yeah, Slim had every right to be angry, or to be I wouldn't say angry, but like Slim had every right to be indifferent. In fact, I'd like to think that deep down Slim was very furious that Sean came back, and like I said, she had every right to be unhappy about Sean's return, because if I were her, I would also feel some type of way about having someone who threatened to like beat me up or fight me come back, because that's like you bringing back my anxiety. Okay, so it's a different scene. The girls who were, of course, going to perform that night. So in case you're wondering what night, like I said, is the last day for the girls as a collective on the show Baddies South. And they decided that they were gonna like perform right for their fans. And apparently there were like I think 4 of them. It was Sean, Slim, Anne, and Rolly. Exactly 4 of them that were supposed to perform. All of them were singing aside from Slim. Slim said she was going to dance, and they needed to go do their like sound check, right? And that was when these girls were like conveyed in a bus to the location for their sound check. Now what I want us to talk about is the fact that first of all, upon Sean's arrival, Rolly was all happy, excited. And I was like, girl, where is all this coming from? Because last I checked, you okay, yes, I know that the fight was like several episodes back. I was in the fight between her and Sean, but like I know that also they never like really had opportunity rather to have like a proper conversation and like discuss discuss what had previously happened, right? So like I was like the whole, like I said, when Sean newly came down from the bus, all of them seemed excited aside Slim, and that's what made me to say that it's possible that some of them are just faking that happiness. And if you ask me who I think or feel were faking their excitement over Sean's presence or appearance back on the show, I'm definitely gonna mention them to you. I would say Rolly was one of them. I would say Persuasion was one of them. I would say Nali was one of them. I'm like, okay, since all of you want to be like so fake, but like at least they didn't show her firsthand that she wasn't missed. I legit feel like the only persons that missed Sean in that group were probably Scotty and most definitely Jayla. I low-key feel like Anne didn't even give a shit, but that's just my opinion. So back to what I was saying. I was like, first of all, I was a little bit like, let's talk about the fact that Rolly, Rolly automatically adjusted to being friends with Sean, especially even after not having some time to like sit down and like to have a proper conversation. Because I know that the last time that Rolly got into a brawl with Nali, at least they had some kind of moments where they like vibe together in the club before finally getting to even have a sit down. And yeah, that's like that's like conventional for you to know, okay, it's whatever bad energy was between or existed between both ladies was finally probably killed, right? But that didn't happen between Rolly and Sean. So like I was like wondering where the whole like excitement over her return was from. Also in the club, like she was all talk to us about your chill time and all of that, and Slim was just in that corner, right? Like quiet in her corner, quiet, and just basically observing and listening to the whole conversation. Now it made me, to be honest, we all know that Slim is a follower, and we all know that like if the tables were turned and Slim was in the situation that Rolly was in, Slim definitely would have not even with Sean. Let's be honest, Slim is that petty and shallow. Yes, no need to like sugarcoat anything. Like Slim definitely would have like dragged that feud, like when I say drag the feud, like she would have not necessarily been so excited or giving so much excitement to Sean, especially knowing that her friend Rolly had gotten into it, or her friend Rolly had been kind of bullied by Sean. So like I'm sure like there was let's be honest, Rolly has been disappointing Slim since the beginning of the show. First of all, at the whatever place that was, when they had a misunderstanding that didn't even include Slim, but Slim obviously decided to involve herself because obviously it was her friend Rolly, and Rolly ended up entering an Uber and leaving Slim behind. Up until this very moment, that scenario cracks me up, to be honest. But like it started from there till the whole situation with Sean, like it was so obvious that Rolly is a good-hearted person, but like Rolly is not that friend that would inherit your beef, right? But Slim is that friend, is that kind of friend. And I'm so sure that deep down Slim was mad at the fact that Rolly was not just giving what she needed, right? But obviously she can't say anything because obviously that Rolly is heated, and if she even says anything that might even put her at odds with Rolly. And moreover, that's even what would she say? Obviously it's going to be dumb AF. So can we talk about Sean being petty? about, Persuasion's fight with Sydney. So apparently, Sean was filling them in on her jail time, as well as they were filling her in on everything she had missed. And obviously the topic of Persuasion and Sydney popped up, that Persuasion beat Sydney's ass. And Sean was like, Persuasion knows how to fight. And I was like, oh my god. And then she recapped the sink situation she and Persuasion had. So basically, Sean was like, trying to make them understand that Persuasion was not a fighter. So like, how was she able to beat Sydney? And that was when Rolly kind of like mentioned that, Sydney's already kind of mentioned earlier that she wasn't a fighter as well. And Sean was like, yeah, definitely, because she didn't see how Persuasion was able to beat Sydney. And she also kind of like in her narrative said something like, that Persuasion chose the best opponent because she knew that she couldn't fight. And she was kind of like, she used that moment as a moment to redeem herself, because in the beginning of the show she got beat up, or she got beat, and so she kind of like chose like a weaker opponent so that she could redeem herself basically. So I was like, oh, come on, like you just came back from whatever jail time experience you had, and you still coming back with like so much like some kind of bad energy and bad mouth. I'm like, girl, take a freaking chill pill, okay? Like let's try to move forward, right? Let's try to like really hop on this adult thing, right, Sean? Can we talk about Slim dancing? At first when Slim mentioned that she was dancing, I was a little bit skeptical about what she felt she was gonna do, because I didn't think that she had that in her. But then I remembered that Sean obviously was from One More Chance. Did I say Sean? Slim obviously was from One More Chance, and the last time I checked, Slim has some good pole dancing skills, let's be honest. All right, she's not like a pro like that, but like at least she's better than me. So like, yeah, I was like, oh wait. At first I was a little bit skeptical until I remembered that Slim is actually a dancer, because the last time I checked on One More Chance, she could really handle the pole. So I was like, okay, yeah, okay. Okay, so the girls are finally ready for the night. They have arrived at this location, which is a club, and of course they do their red carpet moment. I have to say, all the ladies were looking beautiful, but Krishan, what outfit? Like, who chose that outfit for you? Oh, I think I know who already. Jayla. Yeah, I know it's Jayla, because she helped Anne pick her outfit. She gave Scotty something to wear, and then she also went ahead to, according to her, although Zeus didn't show us this part, but according to her, she said she was done with Anne, that she was going to go help Sean pick out an outfit as well. And I'm definitely sure that it's Anne, because obviously we all know that Anne likes white wears, and that is exactly the same color that Sean was wearing. It was like a whole churchy, all this, like all this like churchy hand gloves look like netty. It was like the whole netty, like whatever it was a netty 2-piece with, she actually wore a hand glove. Like she actually complimented it with a hand glove, and I was like, oh no, why, Jayla? I was like, hell no. Honestly, that outfit on Christian was I didn't like it one bit. But let me know in the comment section if you feel like it was good on her or it looked good on her. But for me, that outfit was a no-no. In fact, that is like the only bad outfit that Sean wore throughout this episode, or throughout this season. Okay, so the girls have finally gotten into the club. Of course, Blueface is there, to support his woman. To be honest, I appreciate the fact that Blueface, keeps showing up for his woman. Like, I mean, I know that they do have a toxic relationship, but let's call a spade a spade. These guys do love themselves, and you know, at least Blueface for one keeps, you know, making his appearances when needed for Sean, and that's like something not all women have. So like, big ups to Blueface on that. So yeah, Blueface was there. Yeah, the girls finally performed, you know. You know, it started with Anne. Now, before Anne got on the stage, I have to say that in the previous like scene when they were in the bus, Anne ripped her wear. Like, she ripped her wear in 3 places, and that kind of like, you know, dropped her confidence. In fact, she had already said she wasn't going to perform again because of that, unless she was given the opportunity to change. But obviously that wasn't going to be feasible. So like, obviously she had settled with like not going to be able to perform because of that. It was like I wouldn't say an impromptu situation, but basically, you know, her song was like the first to go, and although she had said, you know, that she wasn't going to go, her song was still played basically. And you know, she was like, she wasn't gonna sit down there and just allow her song play without her going to like, you know, do her thing. And I was like, yes, that's the confidence we're talking about. But let's be honest, it was the shot she took that gave her that amped her confidence. And honestly, I'm glad that, you know, she was able to still perform that song, because hello, everybody needed to see the face of who had such a beautiful voice. So yeah, she went out, and of course her song also was in tune with the whole show. She, like, you know, it was, I think, still about baddies, and I was like yes, you know. So Anne's song already, you know, I mentioned it earlier, was amazing. Her performance was great. I like the fact that, you know, she didn't allow 2 holes to like stop her from like, you know, really showcasing her talent. I mean, after all, it's we are in what era where people walk around with ripped jeans and shirts? I mean, anybody can rip anything at this point and call it fashion, and I'm like, hello girl, what you say? So like, you know, I was really happy that, you know, she was able to still step out and do her thing. It was very much needed. Now let's move over to the next performance, which was of course Sean came out in her churchy outfit in her churchy seductive outfit. Like, in fact, I have to say that outfit was like, it was so unsettling. Like, you know, when church and who is forced to like, you know, interact. Yeah, that was what it was giving. So like, but yeah, let's ignore the outfit. She also did great. She performed Rainy Days, and she also performed It's a Vibe All the Time. Yeah, it was amazing. Her performance was good. But I have to say, I mean, let's call a spade, and let's put it all out there as it is. The best performance and song goes to Rolly Snap Mills. Yes, Rolly killed it. Like, she murdered the stage. She didn't do much. All she needed to do was just sing to her song.
That bitch in the club probably should A. Your baby mama couldn't get you on my worst day. Fuck around and have the club jumping all night. This is how we do it when the money coming in right.
And that song was lit AF. Like, that song finished it. Like, it was everything. I was like, that was hard. That was some hard shit right there. I was like, damn. Yes, Rolly's song was amazing. That's her performance. Her song was like the best. Let's be honest. Let's put it out there as it is. Her performance was the best. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see Slim perform. I don't know why. Maybe she did, but Zeus decided not to include it, or maybe she didn't. But like, yeah, I don't know why. You guys, let me know. For those of you that were probably in the club, did Slim perform? And if she didn't, or if she did, rather, how was the performance? I mean, fill me in. But yeah, Slim didn't end up dancing. I didn't see Slim dance. I don't know why. But yeah, I didn't see her performance, and I don't know. Maybe she felt like she was gonna be like the odd one out. But yeah, whatever. That was that. Can we talk about Sydney Star still showing up again, showing her annoying fat ass again, and trying to wreck the vibe? But of course, once again, she was shut up. Sydney Star came on stage, and this time around, she was not calling out to Nali, she was calling out to Persuasion. And I'm like, bitch, it's so obvious you just want your fame by all means, regardless of how it is taken or how it's done. Like, I was like so fed up. I was like, please get off the stage, bruv. Yeah, so yeah, she wasn't allowed to like, in fact, at some point, you know, they asked Nali if she should be thrown out of the club, and of course Nali said yes. It was actually Persuasion that answered, because, you know, after Sydney vented on, you know, say whatever she needed to say, Persuasion was given the mic and she responded. So, you know, basically it was Persuasion that responded with, you know, throw the bitch out of the club. But yeah, that was that. Like, at this point, I already mentioned in my previous episode, at this point there's nothing else to say about Sydney. I'm done talking about her. So like, whatever. Okay, last thing on the list to talk about, let's talk about Slim crying during her narrative. She was like,
I don't really got much of family, no friends, no nothing, no opportunities, nothing. So to be able to be here and to do this shit, this really is making my life, like, I'm really excited to be a part of this. Like, I really am. Throughout all the bullshit and throughout all the crazy shit and the drama, I'm really happy.
but this is somebody that was so ready to leave because her alleged best friend was also ready to leave. Bye.